Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
The Top 100 of 1976. The super all-time hits from the past 12 months.
Don't call a doctor. Don't call a mama. Don't call a preacher. No, I don't need it.
To get your copy, just send a stamped self-addressed envelope to Super Hits, WWRL, Woodside, New York, 11377.
WWRL Super Hit number
12, as promised, proud crowd, the Commodores, just to be close to you.
just to be close to you, girl. Yeah. Top 100 of the year.
RL16, you and the biggest records of the year. We'll be playing them now through Sunday, January 2nd. Be listening for the touchstone for your chance to call in and win your very own collection of the super hits, all 100 of them. The top 100 of 1976 from the place that keeps you happy.
WWRL.
This is hit sound number 11 of the top 40 hits of 1976. Richie Family.
Number one in disco town. It's the place where hip people meet.
WWRL, the best disco in town. Super music from 1976 all afternoon long for Siemens Furniture.
Say, how would you like to go to a furniture warehouse clearance sale and get super savings without traveling to some inconvenient, out-of-the-way warehouse location? You would? Well, Siemens is having a warehouse clearance sale that's harder for them but easier for you. Yes, Siemens is having a warehouse clearance sale in all 11 Siemens showrooms. They've shipped truckload after truckload of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and bedding from one big warehouse to all 11 Siemens showrooms. Imagine buys like a modular sectional sofa, any 6 pieces for only $359, a 5-piece Mediterranean bedroom for only $299, a contemporary sofa for only $169, a colonial sofa, love seat, and chair for only $359, even famous Serta mattresses in full queen and king sizes for only $69 each. And there's more, much more. Look for the clearance tags. Save 20 to 60% at Siemens Warehouse Clearance Sale in all 11 showrooms. All open New Year's Day till 6 p.m. Open Sunday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Piranha's closed on Sunday.
WWRL.
Super Music 16 with Gerry Bledsoe at 437 in New York. Yes, my goodness, yes. This is Misty Blue and Dorothy Moore. Number 10 of the top 40 hits of 1976. WWRL. Your favorite hits are being brought to you for your listening pleasure by Siemens Furniture. Don't forget to see Siemens first. These are the Manhattans.
This has got to be the saddest day of my life. I called you here today for a bit of bad news.
Super Music 16. Kiss and say goodbye, Manhattans.
And say goodbye.
The top 40 hits of 1976 being brought to you by Siemens Furniture. And I'll tell you what, for the next couple of, next few minutes, we'll be playing a couple of the top 100 albums of the year, the Isley Brothers, and we'll also be hearing from Dr. Buzzard's Savannah Band. So you stand by.
Gerry Bledsoe.
It's 4:45 on RL16 with the most minutes of music in 76 and 77. New York weather, windy and cold the remainder of the afternoon. Sunny skies, a high in the upper 20s. Tonight, clear, windy, and cold with a low temperature expected to be around 20. Our present temperature is 27 at New York's Great Entertainer.
WWRL Top 100 of the year.
Well, I tell you, since about 1969, the Isley Brothers have always had one of the top 10 albums of the year. 1976 was no different. They had a smoker in this album, Harvest for the World. Right now, we'd like to feature the title tune.
persons have been left homeless by a conflagration that burned out a section of downtown Peekskill this morning. One fireman was hospitalized after being overcome by smoke inhalation, and more than a score of persons were treated for minor injuries as the gale-whipped fire raged out of control for over 5 hours. The sea of flames completely destroyed 5 buildings and damaged 9 others. The fire began at 7:27 this morning in one of the upper floors of a building housing part of the Franklin D. Roosevelt Veterans Hospital. It quickly spread to a building next door. More than 200 firemen, mostly volunteers, from 9 Westchester and Putnam County communities battled the blaze in below-freezing weather. 2 war veterans, who initially were reported missing, were found safe later and were transferred to the main hospital in Montrose, New York. It's 27 degrees and clear. This is Jeff Barnes at 4:50.
Say, how would you like to go to a furniture warehouse clearance sale and get super savings without traveling to some inconvenient, out-of-the-way warehouse location? You would? Well, Siemens is having a warehouse clearance sale that's harder for them but easier for you. Yes, Siemens is having a warehouse clearance sale in all 11 Siemens showrooms. They've shipped truckload after truckload of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and bedding from one big warehouse to all 11 Siemens showrooms. Imagine buys like a 3-piece 90-inch bookcase, wall unit for only $299, or a modular sectional sofa, any 6 pieces, only $359, a 5-piece Mediterranean bedroom for only $299. Even famous Serta mattresses in full, queen, and king sizes for only $69 each. And there's more, much more. Look for the clearance tags. Save 20 to 60% at Siemens Warehouse Clearance Sale in all 11 showrooms. All open New Year's Day till 6 p.m. Open Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Siemens Paramus closed on Sunday.
New Jersey residents rang in the new year today amid bitterly cold weather that apparently kept many revelers at home. Traffic was reported light on the New Jersey Turnpike and only moderate on the often congested Garden State Parkway, as many New Jersey residents apparently decided to celebrate the holiday at home. Trash collectors in Newark, New Jersey were paid at the double-time rate New Year's Day to help clean up 1,300 tons of garbage that piled up during their 4-day strike. We're doing very well, said Sanitation Division Superintendent Carmen Ventola, who estimated the remainder of the trash which piled up during the strike would be collected by midday tomorrow, Sunday. Transportation Secretary Coleman says the U.S. may have to impose its own standards to protect U.S. waters from future oil spills. He told newsmen today in Philadelphia that unilateral action could bring retaliation from other nations. No settlement is in sight in the strike against 8 luxury hotels in Miami and Miami Beach. The dispute entered its 2nd week today, and a federal mediator blamed troubles in setting the walkout on inflation and recession. President-elect Carter's choice to be the Attorney General, Griffin Bell, has met with officials of the predominantly black National Bar Association, assuring them he will appoint a black as Deputy Attorney General or Solicitor General. In Cleveland, Bar Association President Carl Carrington was asked whether this assurance from Bell was enough to have the association support Bell's nomination as Attorney General.
After the meeting with Judge Bell, we certainly had a more positive response to him as an individual, and his forthrightness and his willingness to discuss the problems were encouraging. But our position at this point is still under evaluation and consideration.
And National Bar Association President Carl Carrington said his group wasn't particularly interested in Bell's promise of a single black appointment to the Justice Department.
We're concerned not with just a position, but we're concerned with the fact that blacks be represented throughout the Justice Department and LEAA, and the FBI and the other things that are under the control of the Attorney General.
The proposal by President Ford to make Puerto Rico the 51st state has drawn mostly negative reaction in the island Commonwealth. The suggestion drew sharp editorial criticism from a major Puerto Rican newspaper, El Mundo. The paper's opinion reflects those of outgoing Governor Rafael Hernandez Colon, but Governor-elect Carlos Romero Barcelo says he cautiously welcomes the idea. And President Ford says possible federalization of Puerto Rican offshore oil reserves had no relevance at all to his proposal that Puerto Rico become the 51st state.
Mr. and Mrs. Terry Zimmer were able to beat the tax deadline when their triplet daughters arrived unexpectedly. Mrs. Zimmer was not due to deliver until mid-January. But Trish, Tanya, and Tony arrived on New Year's Eve at a Pittsburgh hospital just in time to give the young couple a $2,300 tax exemption next April. This is Ron Bristol.
In sports, the top-rated Panthers of Pittsburgh romped over Georgia 27-3 in today's Sugar Bowl college football game in New Orleans. WWRL News Time 4:54.
This is Enoch Gregory reminding motorists that now's a good time to check your trunk's emergency equipment. A bucket of sand, a shovel, traction mats, tow chain or strap, battery booster cables, tire chains, and auxiliary lighting equipment. Be prepared for winter's worst.
New York weather, windy and cold the remainder of this afternoon with a high in the upper 20s. Clear, windy, and cold tonight with a low around 20. Currently, it's 27 and clear. This is Jeff Barnes, WWRL News. A wedding gift from a seagull? Be listening for that at 5:50.
WWRL Top 100 of the Year.
1976, the year for Dr. Buzzard's original Savannah Band. Now I'll play the fool. Jersey LaVim up and coming. Stand by. WWRL New York. It's 4:59 with Gerry Bledsoe covering you with a blanket of hit music. Your favorite hits being brought to you for your listening pleasure by Siemens Furniture. You gotta see Siemens first. Hey, Brown Crowd, that's your cue to call 955-9984 and see if you can get all top 100 hits of 1976.